Good morning and welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of That Juan Show. Today I'm going to show you how to reseal a concrete patio. So I poured this patio about 3 years ago, and it's been about 3 years since I've resealed it. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you the steps I take to reseal a patio. It's pretty easy, and it can save you some money if you just do it yourself. So come along with me on another concrete adventure. All right, the tools and equipment that you're going to need for sealing your own patio is going to be some sealer. I like to use Everclear sealer made by Euclid Chemical. It's a really good cure and seal. You could put it on when there's still a little bit of moisture in it. It helps the concrete breathe, and it doesn't really have a very high sheen to it. I kind of like a low sheen, so that way it's not too bright when the sun's out. I usually put that on about 300 to 400 feet per gallon. You know, you don't want to do thick coats, you want to do thin coats. So thin to win. I use a high pressure sprayer, and you know, they're fairly cheap. They're about $100, and they last you forever as long as you keep them clean. You just gotta put xylene in it when you're all done, shake it up, and spray it out just to keep all your sprayer tips clean and so it doesn't get all gummed up. I like to use a 1/2-inch nap roller and stick, so that way I could back roll it when I'm spraying it on. I got me some boot booties, so that way I don't track no dirt onto the patio once I start sealing. And I like to use a little backboard, so that way when I'm spraying against the house or wherever I don't want to get sealer on it, it just kind of keeps it from making a mess. So those are the things you'll need just to get the job done. So yesterday I pressure washed it, and I pressure washed it real good, got all the grime off of it, got all the dirt and everything, got it nice and clean, got all the joints nice and clean looking. I pressure washed it yesterday, so that way it was nice and dry today, and all I have to do is just leaf blow it, and then it'll be ready to go. All right, I'm gonna get my leaf blower. I'm gonna blow this thing off and get it all clean, so that way we can put the sealer on it. All right, when getting my sealer can ready, I always like to give it a wipe. I don't want to get no dirt on anything, no dirt in my sprayer. Don't want to clog those tips up. So I just give my can a nice wipe just to keep it clean. Clean everything makes for a good job. This is a brand new sprayer, so I don't have to wipe that down. All right, kind of a pro tip when dumping sealer in a can and or paint or really anything that's in a 5-gallon bucket and has a spout is you always put your spout on the top end, so that way it just keeps it from blubbing. You know, you can just dump it straight in. It's got a better flow to it. Easy peasy. All right, now I fill my can about 3/4 of the way full, so that way you can save some room for air. That way when you pump it up, you got room to put lots of pumps in there. That way it sprays nice and evenly. You always want to give your can a good little wipe around the edge, right in there on the lip right here, the seal part, so that way when you go to take it apart, it doesn't stick to your gasket and ruin your gasket. Like I said, you just got to keep everything nice and clean when you're doing a sealing process. Tighten your lid, and then just start pumping. All right, got about 60 pumps in it before it started releasing the pressure. It's got a release valve in there, so that way you can't over pressure pump your pumps and blow them up. So I got about 60 pumps in there, which should be pretty good. You're gonna want to kind of purge your pump before you get going, so that way you have a nice even spray when it's time. See that? That's what you're looking for, that kind of spray. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start up here on the porch first. We're gonna start sealing the porch, then we'll work our way down to the patio, and we'll just kind of work our way from one end to the other, so that way you don't get yourself trapped in a corner, you know? So, like I said, I use a backboard just to put up against the house, so that way you're not getting it against the house and making the house look shiny as well as the concrete. So nice thin layers. You kind of want to have a quick movement, just you know, solid, just so let's get started. Just like that. See how thin that is? It's just your tack coat, so you don't want to go heavy. And I'm going to go around the edge of this porch first, just a couple feet. We'll do like 1 square at a time here. I'm going to go ahead and come back. Just nice even fans. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and back roll it. And you're just back rolling it so that way it lays down nice and even, because all sprayers leave a little bit of lines, no matter how much you pump them up or no matter how good your sprayer is. And so it just helps keep the pattern looking nice and even. That's what you're going for, nice, even look. So as you can see, it's already bringing back the life of my patio. The colors and the accent color, it's looking really good. And that's just 1 coat. When you're applying sealer, you want to do it when the temperatures are kind of ranging in the 70-degree range. Today, we're looking at about 70 degrees right now, and it's going to top out about 82 degrees. And so right now is like the perfect temperatures to be sealing concrete. Okay, that's the first coat, just on the stairs. And like I said, you can kind of see how the color difference is already quite a bit. It's brought back all the release color, making it look brand new again. See, so like here is without sealer, and there is with sealer. All right, we're gonna start sealing the patio, and we're gonna do about 4-foot runs. So that way it's nice and easy to hit it with your back roller. Just like that. Easy peasy, huh? Anybody could do this. Okay, well that was the first coat that we just put on there. It was about 1,200 square feet is what the size of my patio is. We used probably 3/4 of the can, so we used probably 2 3/4 of sealer on about 1,200 square feet. So we put it on kind of thin, but the next coat's gonna look really good. You can already tell that it's looking really nice. And so we're gonna wait a couple hours and then we're gonna put the second coat on. And so that way we could use the same roller again. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it here in the bag so that way it stays nice and fresh. And then I'm gonna go stick it in the shade. And then in a couple hours time, we'll be able to put the second coat on. So as you can see, it's pretty nice and easy. Only took about a half of an hour. One guy, not too bad. So stay with us and we'll go ahead and put the second coat on and see how she looks after that. All right, it's been about 2 hours since I put the first coat on. It's all dried nice and good. There's no tackiness to it. It's looking really good. The color's standing out really nice. So let's go ahead and put that second coat on. But beforehand, I'm just gonna go ahead and leaf blow it and just kind of get whatever little debris is falling on there. We've got some pine needles, some little tiny pine cones, and it seems like the ants like it too. So let's try to get some of them ants off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start back where we started the first time. Gonna pull my roller out of the little bag here. Still nice and soft, so it's still good to go. So you're gonna have to be careful when you're out here and you're putting your can down too and putting stuff down, because even though the sealer is dry, it still is soft. And you don't want to be scratching it up and putting no dents in it, you know, so you just gotta protect it. And every time you put your can down or put anything down, just kind of put it down softly. And also when you're walking around, just try not to twist your feet too much, you know, you just want to kind of flat foot it everywhere you go, just to try to protect what you got going on. So we're just gonna go through and do it the exact same way we did it last time. So always remember that repetition is always the best key for success. When the sun's out, you got to make sure you back roll it in a timely fashion, because you don't want it to start drying before you get it back rolled. Well, that's about it for today's little video, everybody. Just got done putting the second coat of sealer on. Only took me about an hour's worth of work total, 2 hours dry time. So all in all, not a bad day's worth of work, you know, pretty easy peasy if you ask me. I think anybody can go about doing this if they really wanted to. It'd save yourself a lot of money if you just did it yourself. It costs about $1 a square foot plus materials to have a professional come in and do it. I only paid $175 for a 5-gallon pail of sealer. I paid $100 for a sprayer and maybe $50 for all the other materials. And so for $300, it's a pretty huge savings. So go ahead and do things yourself and save yourself some money. So if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.